4:30. It is now 4:32. But Msija Lisana, So let's just go deep into delve into it right now. When uh, this pandemic started, I was thinking of way that I can keep myself busy, and not only keep myself busy, also engage people. Because a lot of us were locked in the houses. We are all locked in our houses. We didn't have anything to do, and for those who really, really heavily depended on their livelihoods, people like us who are going to work every day, um, working from home became almost like a trap. We did not know how to act. We did not know how to, uh, you know, um, how can I say it? How we could address the changes that we are going through. So, I just started doing my live stuff. You know, I'm trying to look at, just give me a minute. I want to see some notes here. But I can keep on talking while we're doing this. I started finding ways that I can keep myself busy. And one of the things that I realized was good is just to keep myself engaged and engage other people. Um, but as days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months and months turned into a whole year, it came to a point where people are uh, people are becoming tired, emotionally tired, mentally tired, and it was right for us to find activities way that we can, you know, engage ourselves to keep ourselves together, connected as a community. Uh, as a Christian, I believe that community is part of God's plan for humanity. It is a design that He made. That's why 7 times in the book of Genesis, after he had created everything, He will say that it was good. But then after He created man, He went ahead and said, "It is not good for man to be alone." So we have to find way to be connected, and not only were we affected mentally and emotionally, we were affected our health. We started gaining weight. Most of us who had embarked on that journey of losing weight, we started gaining that little weight that we had lost. So I just decided, you know what, I want to start a way that we can communicate with each other to take care of ourselves. And that's why you see affordable self-care with Uncle Otieno Juma was created. But I'm very thankful because when I was in Kenya, a lot of people asked me, and the last person who asked me was my sister Sylvia, who asked, heard that you started a health club. I think she asked a health club, but I told her no, that's not a health club, even though it is health club per se, but it is just self-care, how we can take care of each other. And the question that I got so much was what is self-care? And there's so many ways that you can explain or describe self-care. The easiest way you can describe self-care is just by saying, just what it is, taking care of yourself. But the World Health Organization in 2019 came up with its own definition, saying that it is the ability of individuals, families, and community to promote health, prevent diseases, maintain health, and cope with illness and disability with or without support of healthcare provider. So taking care of yourself, taking care of your own health, even if you don't see a doctor, even if you don't see a therapist, there's ways that you can take care of yourself. And this is what we call self care. With me, I decided to add that affordable in front of it because a lot of people, when we talk about self care, especially in this part of the world, when we talk about self care, they have they tag it with expensive spas, expensive vacations, expensive treats. But no, self-care can and should be affordable. Remember, I'm not saying cheap, because price tag is not all about money. It will involve time, it will involve energy, it will involve a lot of things that you cannot just put a price tag on it. So that's why I'm saying affordable self-care with Uncle Otieno Juma. And I'm saying with because it has to be done together. So we go back to the real definition of affordable self-care. And, you know, the reason why I am emphasizing on people practicing self-care, I just flew out of the country not too long ago, last week. And as we were about to take off, uh, the crew comes, the head crew member comes on the mic and gives us instructions of how we're supposed to behave when we're in that tube in the plane. In case of emergency, what we're supposed to do. If this happened, do this. If this happened, don't do this. Do not smoke. Do not blah blah blah. All things that are there to keep us safe while we are flying. And the part that I really like all the time, it is the rule of low oxygen. When there is when we lose pressure and oxygen is low, oxygen mask will drop down, and they tell you how you're supposed to do it. Put it there and then wrap it around your head. And they always mention this. If you have somebody who is sick, if you have children or a child with you, if you have an elderly who cannot do this for themselves, they tell you, take care of yourself first. Make sure you put your oxygen first. After you've already secured your oxygen mask, then help somebody who cannot help. This is, you know, very important rule that we can apply in our lives. You help yourself first. If whatever you're trying to do, make sure that yourself is in a secure place, is in a safe place or position before you start helping somebody else. Because only a healthy person, only a strong person can help somebody else. I don't know if I'm making sense over here. If For example, if I injure myself, I was riding my bike, fell down, and I broke my knee. And while I'm doing that, my daughter also falls down and breaks her knees. I cannot, at the situation that I am, pick her up. It doesn't matter how heavy or light she is, unless I am in a position to walk straight and strong. So I have to make sure that I am strong, and that's what I believe uh, the airlines and also us in our normal life need to practice. Take care of yourself first. Be healthy. Make sure that you're in a healthy place. Um, and then, after you've already taken care of yourself, you'll have the strength and the ability to take care of somebody else. And this is not a selfish act. Taking care of yourself should not be taken as a selfish act. Don't say that, oh my gosh, that person is very selfish. He did not help me, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes you want somebody to help you, but at that time, they're in a position where they cannot. You know, um, um, the best thing that you can offer your family and friends and just your community in general is the best you. Do not give your family a tired or a sick you. Give them the best of you. If you come from work and your work is tedious, your work is engaging, and you're tired, when you get home, find a way to go. I mean, first of all, take yourself a nice shower, relax, find a place where you can just rest a little bit, even if it's just 20 minutes, 10 minutes, rest, pull yourself together, and then go and offer your children, your wife, the best of you. Most of the time, when we get home and we are angry at our wives, we kick the dogs and we slap the cat and we throw the children out, is because we come home and we start dealing with extraneous uh, stuff with the family while we are still tired from where we came from. Some of us, our bosses, huh? People who are above us, they are not the nicest of people. We come from there, they have already as um, emasculated us for men. They have already called us anything, everything in the on this earth, and we're still, mulling over what went on at work. Excuse me. And then while we're still dealing with that anger that we came from work with, our wives come to us, our husbands and our children come to us, and we are not ready for them. We're still dealing with what happened. And then we start shouting, we start yelling. Maybe we are tired, maybe we're still sick, and we just, the mood in the house get destroyed completely. Why? Because we did not give ourselves time to relax, time to heal. It is not a selfish thing. Your family, your wife, your children, they need the best of you when you are dealing with them, when you are addressing them. It is just a way of recharging. It's just like that battery, your phone battery, when it is um, running low. You just have to turn off the phone and charge it, or else it will die. And that's why I'm saying when you come home, seclude yourself a little bit. For those who are of Christian faith, I'm addressing people here who are of different faith. I am a Christian, but for those of you like me who are of Christian faith, you know the importance of relaxing, recharging. That even Jesus Christ, the Son of God, took time to relax. He separated himself from others so he can recharge, either in prayer or just to go eat or just to cool down. So this we should know that the person who we call the Son of God, if he can do that, we also should follow in his example and learn to relax, learn to take care of ourselves, our physical bodies, our mental health, take care of ourselves completely so that we can give the best of us to those who are around us. you know it's not only our family members, but most importantly our family members. I usually tell people, a while ago somebody asked me, oh my gosh, do you want to start a family? And I was like, yeah, I've already started a family. At that time I didn't have a child, and they're like, I don't it's just you and your wife. And I was like, you know what, that is a family is husband and wife. Children are just addition. Children are just addition. So, and I usually take it, the importance. Sometimes I come home and I have something, a nice treat that I'm going to give my wife. Somebody may say, why are you giving your wife a treat and you're not giving the child? Because my wife is the most important person. It's just like God, my wife, and then children. And that is how it's supposed to be. And I know that, and you should also know that we are like containers. We are containers. We carry hope in ourselves that we can pour to others. We carry love in ourselves that we can pour to others. Um, and so the most important thing that we can do, excuse me, is to make sure that we, as containers, we are able to hold. A broken jar cannot hold water. Pockets with holes cannot contain money. It becomes wasteful. So we have to mend ourselves first, mend ourselves, and then after we have already mended ourselves, we can carry that hope, that love, that we can help others in the society. Let us be people who can hold substance in us. And we do that by mending ourselves, taking care for ourselves, making sure that we are whole. When I come home from work, I'm tired. I've been talking and speaking to students and I feel frustrated. I should not just come home and start engaging. I come home, I find a room, I find a space, I find a spot, and I just relax myself so that by the time I start engaging with my family, I am giving them a renewed me, a better version of me. That's what is needed to be done, and we should learn to do that all the time. You know, uh, affordable self care with Unkl Otieno Juma will be addressing the entire. It will be holistic, but I'm trying to make sure um, this is the first one, and it won't be just videos. I'll have conversation with people who can help us as a community. I want us to be a community, but the most important part that I want us to address in affordable care is the mind. It is the mind because I believe that is the most important part of us of us. You know, as we think, so are we. As a man thinketh, so is he or she. So we want to start and end up here in our minds, and then after that in between we will address all kind of hygienes. We'll be dealing with mental hygiene, we'll be dealing with dental hygiene, we'll be dealing with physical hygiene. Mental hygiene will be, when we are facing those negative thoughts, sometimes people go they sit down. I know I've been a culprit of this. I sit down and I start thinking of a scenario. But if I'm not careful and I catch myself on time, I start mulling and I start overthinking. Maybe somebody just said something, and I sit down and start asking myself, why did he say that? Why did she say that? And I start making up things, scenarios, instead of just going to that person and say, hey, you said this. What did you mean? So our mind is very important. What we think, how we think. When we need to learn to stop our mind, just calm down. You're thinking too much, mind. Relax before you make a hill out of an ant hill, a mountain out of an ant hill. The other thing also is dental hygiene, and this is not to speak bad or anything. Sometimes when you talk about dental hygiene, people start saying, look, he's trying to say." It's not that. You will be surprised how important. I used to have all my four wisdom teeth. They came in very early when I was still a teenager. So when one of them started hurting, this is around 2012. Sometimes I would feel like I was having a heart attack, you know, and not the dentist, the dental surgeon who saw me started explaining to me how your teeth affect almost everything in your body, especially your heart muscles. You know, just like um, my former eye doctor. Can't remember the term for him, but he always, like, if you go to the doctor, always they flash their pen lights on your eye because they can see a lot of things through your eyes. It's the same thing with their teeth. So when I'm talking about dental hygiene, a lot of people start laughing, they start chuckling. It's not an attack to anybody. It's just we need to take care of our teeth now, you know. And then the other one also is physical hygiene, And when it comes to physical hygiene, it's much more than just taking showers regularly. It's much more than applying deodorants and, physical hygiene. It means go for yearly checkups, especially for us men who always don't like going to the doctor. Uh, Make it a habit at least once a year. Go see the doctor. Let them check your prostate. Let them check your your heart. Let them check everything, So yearly checkup is very, very important over here. um, Especially at my job, we are encouraged, we thank God for health insurance. So we encourage you to always go. Mine is usually July where they check everything. The other thing when it comes to physical hygiene is also nutrition. What do we eat? I like to tell people that sugar is the is the psychopath of foods because it is all sweet, but in reality it is poison. Most of us, sugar, some people, there's some genetic people who are predisposed genetically to diabetes, but some come from sugar and salt and all this thing, So nutrition is very important that we should take care of, and also community cleanliness. um, um, we have to make sure that our neighborhood, not just in front of your house, our entire neighborhood is taken care of, is cleaned. Um, I've told a lot of people how I used to spend Saturday mornings. I'm a very, very early riser. I wake up very early, and when I was living in this corner of right after finishing college, I went and bought myself a picker upper. Basically, those sticks that help you pick up garbage so you don't wear gloves or you don't do it barehanded. And every Saturday morning, it was not a very long, it was a very short street. I would take a garbage bag, go around, and just start picking them, start picking them, start picking them. Um, this really helped the the how do you call it, the area that I lived at become very clean. And once I've already cleaned that area, they'll make it dirty again by Tuesday, by Wednesday. But I was not discouraged. I kept on doing it until I moved from that neighborhood. And if you come to the house was clean. So it's not just to keep my house clean, I have to keep it clean out there. So we are going to be discussing, and we hope to get experts who are going to come and talk to us about all this stuff, because we are going to engage in self-care, and we are going to make it affordable. Instead of going to a spa, you can just go home, um, boil your water, pour it in a basin, and just soak yourself there. If you have Epsom salt and you have some aromatic oil, just throw them there and just soak yourself. Let yourself relax. For those who have bathtubs, you can do it. um, Instead of going to a salon to have your pedicure and your manicure, just buy yourself things, because when you buy them, it becomes much more affordable. Not cheap, but affordable. And then just do it yourself. Or if you have somebody, you can talk your husband, nicely, and train him how to do that for you. So he can clean up your cuticles and file them and put the, how do you call it, um, nail polish. Just things that makes you feel good. With me, my best affordable self-care that a lot of people don't agree with is drinking coffee. And when I was in Kisumu, uh, every morning I'll make myself a cup of coffee. And some morning I'll just keep making coffee, and I'll go to Java House and I'll order just iced coffee, nothing else. That's all I drink in the morning, iced coffee. That's all I did. So when I sat down at Java House, where I'm not the one who's making it, um, somebody else is making it for me and is bringing it is nice and cold, it just made me feel good. uh, the other thing is just instead of going to a therapist, which we all should be brave enough, we should find a way to brave ourselves to go for therapy, counseling. I will just lock myself in my brother Steve's house, and I'll just read the Bible, and I'll pray, and I'll meditate. So self-care is possible, and self-care can be done in an affordable way. Um, if you have any questions, ideas, you would like to partner, um, just drop me a note, send me a message, text message, SMS, and we can discuss from there. I hope that this has given us just a little bit of an insight of what we would like to accomplish here with affordable self-care with Uncle Otieno Juma. I am not a health expert, but I have learned through the years to take care of myself, and I can share what I've gleaned over the years, share with people how they can also engage in this important practice that we should uh, help the entire community learn how to get themselves involved in. Um, I'll be here. I'll be posting stuff. Keep on dropping your messages on the affordable self care's um, instant, how do you call it, direct messaging, and we'll be in touch. God bless you, and I hope that you keep staying safe and you don't forget to take care of your whole self. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.